everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and welcome to Week in Review. This is where we go back over the past week, talk about the different videos that we've done, and give you a short description of each. Then if you want to know more or you want to see the full video, you can check the description below. Let's get started.
Hey everybody, Garcia here. So last week I reviewed 3 games. I reviewed Franky, Rockin' Vegas, which is a dice game, Yahtzee-esque dice game. I rate this a 3.5 out of 10 because it's not very good. It is convoluted, the scoring's kind of messy, feels wonky, it feels swingy, extremely swingy. There's a lot of downtime while it's not your turn, which most of these roll and write type games have fixed by now. So this one just feels out of time, out of place. No need to go looking for this. I reviewed The Fox and the Forest Duet, which I rate a 6.5 out of 10. I like this one. Not as much as I like the original Fox and the Forest, but this is nice. It's a cooperative 2-player trick-taking game in which you are choosing when you win, when you lose, and moving a token between you, trying to clear the forest. It's clever. The replayability isn't there is the big hit for me. So I think it's going to fall flat very soon after you play it, especially if you really get into it. But as a once-in-a-while type of endeavor, yeah, I would recommend it for that. And then lastly, Monster Cafe, which is an interesting little bluffing card game. I rate this a 7 out of 10. And this one I thought was interesting. I like that it can be a very subtle game. You are putting monsters into play and then hoping to control those monsters. So there's a little sort of area majority or, control type situation as well. Theme is quirky. You're getting coffee from monsters. But I like the subtle nature of it. I like the look of it. And I like the way it plays. I do wish, however, my biggest negative is the quality of the production is kind of horrific. It's not very good quality. Cards are started to fray already. Box is ridiculous. So there is that. It would get a higher score, I think, because I do like the game. But there you go. That's Monster Cafe. And that's it from me, everybody. I'll see you on the next one.
Okay, so for me, I reviewed a quartet of games from Mattel based on their popular games. So Uno, the dice game, which was probably worse than Uno. Roll dice and then put them in order. Not very good at all, unfortunately. Skip-Bo, the dice game, slightly better. You roll dice and then you mark off numbers in a row, but you just roll and get what you can. You can re-roll once. That's your decision. Not very good. Then we'll come back to the second. I did play Pico. This is an abstract strategy game. Very pretty game from Catalyst, although it has a really weird box. It doesn't fit on the shelf at all. And unfortunately, that's kind of a theme. The whole thing has these beautiful components, but there's no reference cards. You don't know how the pieces move, really. And the game is already kind of a boring-ish type game. Couple it with that, and I just don't want to play it. Back to the dice games, we got High-Low, the dice game. This one was amusing. You can kind of push your luck a little bit to it, but still not great. And Blokus, the dice game. Yeah, we're going to continue with the fact that these aren't great, but this one is better than the other 3. And if you want to play all the players of Blokus at the same time and not buy the game of Blokus and just have a dice version, then this would be the one. Restaurant Rivals. This is a game in which you run your own restaurant, collecting the different goods. I like it. I like completing the recipes. There's a lot of fun aspects to it. It's a really pretty game. Few things I'm not a big fan of. A little bit too much take that with the action cards, I thought. And it says it goes to 8 players, which I think is loony. But at the end of the day, it's a solid, fun game. Ticket to Ride Japan-Italy map. This is map pack number 7. And while I thought the Italy map was okay, the Japan map is so good that it raises the whole thing to a rating of a 9. Just a great map pack for sure. I continued my series on games that changed my life, talking about Cosmic Encounter, Hero Quest, Overpowered Star Wars collectible card games, and Battletech, both the board game and the collectible card game. Jeremy, this was a pre-recorded video that we did weeks ago. Top 10 games we hate. We did that. And every night, including tonight, we have been and still will be doing our daily chats. At 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, come and join us. The biggest new kind of video that I started this week, I started one with Rado from Rado Runs Through, Corner to Corner, where we take a look at a game mechanism. We take a top 5 from the audience, and we just answer questions. Just a fun time back and forth between two very different but also like-minded individuals. And then we did a live board game breakfast. We did it streaming. Not the first time we've ever tried to do that, where we were in different locations, and it seemed to have worked okay, so we'll keep doing that for the foreseeable future. And that's what we put on the internet last week, folks. Thanks so much. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and this has been Week in Review on the Dice Tower.